Hi, and welcome to Two Tired Teachers. Today I am going to be replacing our water pump. And first thing you got to do is find out where it is. Ours is under our kitchen sink. If you watch our travels, you know that when we started to Utah, it was not working. Over the course of having it on for 2 days, with only getting like a half a cup of water or so, once we got to our first stop, the lines had pressurized and it worked. But it was really loud, and we were able to, it worked while we were gone. So I waited till we got home, and now I'm going to dig into this. With almost all projects, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take a picture of the pre-existing one on my phone, so that if I have any questions later, I have a reference of what it looked like before I got started, my particular one. And then because we are dealing with water and electricity, I am going to even go and turn the battery off. We're not plugged into shore power, just to make sure there's not going to be a chance of anything happening there. But it should be pretty straightforward. I have the new SureFlow Revolution 4008, which is what they had when we were desperate and going through Albuquerque. And so that's what we're going to do. So let's get started. Okay, the battery's turned off. I'll go on and turn off the power to the water pump as well. And now I am going to simply open a faucet and depressurize that line. And that should be good enough. I'm going to need a little bit of, I'll put a towel down here just in case any water comes out from the freshwater side. But I also have shutoff valves that were installed down here, so that's kind of nice. So let's start undoing this. Okay, we have water flowing in on this side, and we know that because this hose comes from underneath and then flowing out here into these PEX lines. And so first thing we're going to do is I'm going to go and unscrew that one. The pressure should be off of that one, so there shouldn't be any water coming out there. Then we'll undo this one and be ready just in case there's a little extra water that comes up from the underneath. Okay, with our wires, here's the positive, and it's just in this, so I'm gonna see what I may do about that. And our ground is here. So then we've got 4 screws. Get that done. Things that I need to retrieve from this water pump. I need to get these 4 screws that were holding it down. And I also, you notice that I went on and used the positive that was on here. I just unplugged it and can plug it in the new one. But I'm also going to need to take this filter off, and it simply unscrews. And want to make it sure, yeah, the water's going the right way whenever I put it on the new one. And this is a good time just to kind of take this filter and let me get these other screws out. Okay, I am going to go on. This filter seems to be really clean. Let's see if I can. Yeah, unscrew the top of it. And this is what the inside of that looks like, and it looks really clean. There's just a little bitty piece of something in there, so I'm going to go on and don't know what that was, but it wouldn't hurt to soak this in like some over-the-counter vinegar, something like that, if to help get the water deposits off, like you do with your coffee maker or something. You can use vinegar to break the stuff down if there's a lot in there, but this one looks really clean, so I don't think I'm going to bother doing that. So now you saw I cut the ground wire. I've got one little twist on thingy that should work for that, and we'll see and get that done. I am going over all these connections with just a little plumber's tape. It's very inexpensive, and if it can keep me from coming back in and having to stop leaks, it's worth it. I even put a little bit on the filter here. I'm going to put some here. On all of these connections, I'm going to have a little bit of plumber's tape so that hopefully that will prevent leaks. Okay, I have the 4 little screws ready to go down. I have stripped this wire, and so now we are ready to set this thing in there. And inflow where the filter goes on the inflow side. Here's my ground. And let me get this wire is going to plug in down here. There. Set that back up out of the way. Okay, I tightened back on the inflow, I tightened back on the outflow. I did Google to find out for sure where the filter went, and basically what they said is because of the difference in the pressure that I guess on these smaller pumps it goes on the outflow side, which I was kind of surprised at, but that's where it does go. Double check that. So I'm going to turn on some power, make sure we don't have any leaks. I did get a paper towel and dried everything out real good to make sure that I'd be able to spot any leaks before I put all this together. Dang. You can hear it humming. Okay, something that we were just going to be emptying this water anyway, but when this first started, this water was coming out very, very cloudy. It's now much clearer, but I guess it's kind of like a water filter. You're going to have to let it work through like a sink's dirty, but the water seems to be pretty clear. And so the job is done. I know a lot of people probably would have just left that other one in until it completely died. I wanted to do this when I was at home. I had time. I didn't have a cat and a dog and a sister in here with me. And I had all the room to work and got out all the junk I needed while I was here. It's working, and as you can see, there are no leaks. And so we are going to call that a success. That little drip there was from my finger. And so overall, I think it all looks good. But I will leave this out here, and I'll probably come out another time or two, turn it on, turn it off, make sure that everything's working right, make sure that I don't get any leaks before I put it all back together, and we head out to another long trip of dry camping where we're dependent on it. So if you're looking at replacing your water pump, I hope that this may help you along. As always, thanks for watching Two Tired Teachers.